You are listening to the Children of Film podcast.
We're a 1.5 hour long dick joke. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. This is number 17, I believe. 17. And we have got a hell of a show for you this week. We are talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We've got some movie news, including things like Kingsman, The Rock, because who doesn't love The Rock? And we've got a surprise top 5 for you, which, you didn't think there's a 5 there, but maybe there is. Jacob, how are you feeling today?
Thank you very much, Jaron. Sorry. I'm not too well. I'm a bit sick, but I'm going to soldier through the podcast. I'm probably going to sound like shit, but, we'll see how we go. But, yeah, we do have a cracker of a show today. I just left the theatre seeing Guardians 2 about 2 hours ago, so, we're ready to talk about it. And suck shit, Americans. We got it before.
Yeah, I saw it a few days ago, and I'm seeing it again tonight. And I've got a review for it up on the channel. It's only a couple minutes long. Go check it out. It's pretty good if I don't say so myself. And yeah, I'll fucking plug a review. I don't give a shit. But we'll get into whether we liked it or not later, because maybe we have some controversial opinions, or maybe we don't. Who's to say? Alright, let's start on this diary display. I don't remember who went first last week, and I don't really remember. So, I tell you what, Jacob, I'm going to go first. So, I watched Keanu, the Michael Keegan, and the other one.
Michael Keegan.
Michael Key, even. And the other one. And it was
Jordan Peele.
Yep, and it was pretty good. It wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be, but it was a pretty solid story and a funny premise. I wanted Keanu Reeves to be in it more, but no, it was a good movie, and I liked the ending. I watched John Carpenter's Halloween, and I really loved it. It's a fantastic movie. It would have even been a high 4.5, maybe even a 5 for me, if in the last scene. It just annoyed me to all end how the girl just kept dropping the knife after she thought she'd killed Michael. She dropped it like 4 times. I was like, just keep holding the knife. He's going to come back. Like, she stabs him slightly and then drops the knife and walks away. And he gets back up with the knife and she takes it off him and stabs him, then drops it and walks away. And it happens like 4 or 5 times. It's fucking annoying me. And the policeman officer does it. Like,
horror movie tropes.
I know. Like, this is where it came from. This is why people make fun of dropping the weapon so much, because of fucking Halloween.
Or when people, stab the villain and then leave the knife in them.
Oh, I know, just take it, fuck. No, but, I mean, I can see why this is so loved, because this villain, Michael, is so freaking cool. You don't even get a real full shot of him at all. You get, one that lasts for 2 seconds. The whole, 3/4 of the movie, you just get a silhouette of him walking around. And he's in the whole movie, and you don't even get it. And the score is freaking amazing by John Carpenter as well. The score is fantastic. The visuals are just terrific. I watched Escape Plan with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, just basically because I love these two guys and I just wanted an escape. I wanted something that was dumb fun, and that's what I got. Escape Plan is real dumb fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. And there's actually a sequel coming out soon. I realized that after I watched it. I watched The Graduate on recommendation of Jacob, and I really, really enjoyed that. It's shot really well. The script is really great, and it's a great performance, great central performance. I watched Behind the Candelabra, a HBO film starring Matt Damon and what's that old guy name? Bloody, he's an Ant-Man.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, that's the one. And it's the true story of that singer, that gay one, John Lennon, maybe.
Liberace.
I don't know. Liberace, that's the one. I don't know why I'm John Lennon.
Did you just say John Lennon?
All the way, isn't he? Yep. Anyway. He wasn't. I mean, he was played by a girl, so who knows? But it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It was fine. It got pretty boring.
Wait,
I watched
John
another
movie
with.
Girl?
Isn't bloody that I'm Not There about John Lennon? Or is that about someone
Bob
else?
Dylan.
Yep, that's the one.
Bob Dylan.
So, John Lennon, Bob Dylan, 2 syllables, 2 words. And if his name's John Jon, bloody three letters too, isn't it?
I thought I was going to be the one having trouble today.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I watched another movie about an escape with the word escape in it, and that was Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood, and I fucking loved it. It was terrific. And the last half of the movie is pure, like, just adrenaline, magic on the edge of your seat, genius. And I can tell that, you can tell where Shawshank borrowed a lot from Escape from Alcatraz, because I looked it up after, and there's, like, articles like why Shawshank Redemption ripped off Escape, and I'm like, geez, settle down. It was more of an homage, but, no, it's so goddamn good, and such an interesting ending and film, because, you know, the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but, you know, the way it ends, it's like, it is really interesting, especially to look it up afterwards. I watched Neighbours 2 Sorority Rising because I bought it on Blu-ray the other day. It's still really funny. Like, you forget a lot of laughs. I don't enjoy the girl aspect of it, but whenever the old frat boys are in it, it's amazing.
Sexist.
And Seth Rogen and everyone in it is just terrific. And it has got a good message. It's just they were the girls were annoying, but I do like the message.
Oh yeah, I hated them. They were real annoying.
Oh yeah, same.
Because like the frat boys in the first one, they're bad people, but
they're
you
lovable.
like them. They have hearts. And the girls were just bad people.
Yeah, I watched Chicago, and Chicago is a musical, though it's almost the same as La La Land. You know, it was an awards darling. It got 13 nominations. La La Land got 14, but Chicago did what La La Land couldn't, and it took home Best Picture. And it was absolutely terrific. I freaking loved it. It's so damn good. It's probably my favorite. It's got probably my favorite dance choreography number of any musical of all time now, and that is I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it's called the prison cell. The something dance or something. It's in like the first act. It's really great.
It's called the John Lennon dance.
It goes for like 8 minutes. Terrific. I watched Personal Shopper, a 2017 movie. It's fantastic. Really great ending. I watched Coraline, like a film they hadn't seen yet, and I really loved it. So imaginative, and it's they're just so damn good at stop motion. I watched Get Out, 2017 movie. Absolutely freaking loved it. Had a couple problems. It's not a perfect film, but I really enjoyed it. I watched 2017 movie Sandcastle on Netflix. It's bad. You shouldn't watch it. Henry Cavill's good in it.
I'm going to, unfortunately.
I watched Idiocracy on recommendation of Jacob, and it's such a fun comedy. It's so dumb. They put a lot of effort into making every single little detail really dumb, which I appreciated. You know, it's not great. It's like a little bit off being one of those great comedies I watch all the time, but it's not quite there. But I really loved it, and Terry Crews is amazing in it. I watched I think it's originally a manga, or maybe it's just a graphic novel, but the adaptation of History of Violence. Really, really enjoyed that. Viggo's great in it. I rewatched Shaun of the Dead, one of my favourite movies.
Do you see Viggo's cock in that one? I have seen it.
No,
I
you
just don't remember.
Only in Eastern Promises.
Ah, damn.
There's a stairway sex scene though. It's not bad. I watched Adaptation. Charlie Kaufman written movie, directed by Spike Jones, about Charlie Kaufman. Except in this one, he has a twin brother and he's adapting a book. The book he's adapting in the movie is what the producers actually thought he was adapting. It's amazing. I watched Tramps. I liked the first act, and then it just fell apart, and I didn't enjoy it. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which we'll talk about. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, the original one before that, to getting keen for it. One of my favourite Marvel movies, is amazing. I watched another musical, I'm just in it now, West Side Story. It's a take on the Romeo and Juliet story. Really, really good. It's fucking long though. It's on Stan.
Loving the musicals, Jaron.
I rewatched Ratatouille. Haven't seen it in years, and I loved it way more than I remember. Freaking amazing movie. I watched our film swap, and I watched a 1931 film M on the recommendation of my friend Yuan Brown, and it's a terrific movie. Peter Law plays this child murderer, and pretty much it's just the whole movie is like a manhunt to find him, and even other criminals hate him so much they try and find him. There's a big court case. It's terrific. All right, Jacob, that's me, mate.
Well, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't watch any 1930s classics because I guess my film knowledge just isn't that. You're
not as well versed as yours truly, but I'll forgive you.
I did watch The Godfather for the first time.
Ooh,
as I said, I watched it directly after we recorded our last show. I've watched a lot of shit. But I really liked it. And I think mobster movies just aren't really for me, because I didn't come out of The Godfather going, oh, it's the greatest movie ever. It's the greatest fucking movie ever. But it was really damn good. But I don't know. I guess I'm just not really taken by mobster movies because
that's fine.
The Goodfellas wasn't really my thing either. But it's fucking fantastic. And Marlon Brando.
Oh, he's the fucking man.
You
How
come
good?
to me on the day
Dude,
of my
he's like-
daughter's wedding. And I can't do the voice.
You can't even have the respect to call me Godfather. he's like 30 when he did that, and he's just so damn convincing. Fuck, I love him, man. Have you seen he put
what?
Oh, he's so damn good. He put cotton
Didn't he
balls
put a
in the
bunch
side
of
his mouth.
tissue paper and shit?
Yeah, cotton balls.
Yeah.
It's been replicated ever
loser.
since.
No, I really liked it. I mean, does it need to be 3 hours?
I mean, don't think so.
Is there nothing you could have cut? Like, the parts when Michael's hanging around in Italy, it doesn't do much for his character aside from him marrying that chick. But there's a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, do we need this? Like, I don't know. But no, I really
still
like
think a good
Godfather.
2.5, but maybe not 3.
Wait, what?
I still think it could be a good 2.5 hours, but not 3.
So I will watch the second one, but it's even longer, and I'm scared. But no, I love the Godfather.
And there's no Marlon Brando.
I'm giving it some shit because that makes me laugh. But it was good. I think it's just not my thing.
4 out of
It's
5.
not really for me. To quote Peter Griffin on Family Guy, I did not care for the Godfather. It insists upon itself. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. It's good.
Yeah. Anything less than a 4, I think your film license gets revoked. But that's fine. We just made it.
I also watched The Graduate for the first time and subsequently recommended it to Jared, and I fucking loved it, dude. It blew me away. Dustin Hoffman is the man, like Rain Man and stuff. I need to go back and watch a lot of his, classic movies. Fucking Anne Bancroft was great as Mrs. Robinson. Like, he's like having an affair with her and shit. He's this college student guy, and then he ends up falling... Yeah, he ends up falling in love with her daughter. And it's like this sort of darker sort of character drama pretending to be a coming of age comedy, and it was really fucking good, really amazingly shot by Mike Nichols, and like the whole soundtrack is by Simon and Garfunkel, which just makes it 10 times better, and it has one of the greatest endings, like one of the best final shots you've ever seen.
Do you think they hired Simon and Garfunkel because their song "Please Mrs. Robinson," or do you think they named Mrs. Robinson after the song?
Either one is great.
I think they did it literally just for that song, so they could have that joke in there.
Maybe. I watched another classic for the first time, 3 in a row, Jurassic Park. I didn't love it. I liked it. I didn't love it because those fucking kids were so goddamn annoying. I couldn't get into it. You have all these great characters in Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill and shit. And then when the shit goes down, when the dinosaurs start to attack, instead of focusing on these characters that I actually care about, you focus on these dumb cunt fucking kids.
Jeez.
I like the movies. 3.5 out of 5. But
some of the best animatronics ever put to screen, man. Rexy.
Oh yeah, no, the visual, the spectacle,
Terrific.
the spectacle was great. The dinosaurs were
The
great.
score.
The music.
They do move in hertz.
And like, I love fucking Jeff Goldblum, but like, he was basically reduced to a side character in this. Like, it's all about the kids. If you go back and watch it, it's like, I don't give a fuck. If they died, it would have been a better movie. God. Yeah. No, I like Jurassic Park. I liked it, but it bothered me. Yeah.
Don't bring it up to Dan Merle. He'll destroy you.
We're gonna lose some subscribers for that. Maybe we'll see. I watched the original. I need to start going quicker. I've spent too much time ranting about each movie. I watched Tim Burton's original Batman.
Same. It was fine. It's. Do you agree that it's very much of its age and like it's very much a cultural phenomenon than a good movie?
So cheesy,
it's very.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's aged too well, but it wasn't bad.
No, it's not bad, but it's a staple. And like, how much does Jack Nicholson just look like he did a shit ton of coke and then ran to the screen dancing around?
I disagree with that. I thought he was pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say he's not bad. I didn't say he's bad. I think he's great, but I think he really did.
I mean, he most likely was on cocaine.
He made up the devil. He made up that devil in the moonlight line. Ad-lib.
I think there was a method to his madness. No, the devil in the moonlight line is Batman's.
No, it's not. It's Joker's, dude.
When they're fighting at the
Have you
end,
ever
I'm
danced
pretty
with
sure
the devil in
Batman
the
says
pale
to him,
moonlight? And then it goes back to, and then it flashes back to him as a bad guy.
Mate.
When he's younger, when Batman was a kid, and he looks at him. He's like, "Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?" Dude, it's
maybe I
Joker's
wasn't
line.
paying
Come on,
attention.
man.
No, you're right. I probably wasn't paying attention
famous
to
for
it.
being a
No,
Joker
Batman
line.
says it to him, and Batman
Yeah, he says it to him
in the
after he
final
said it
battle.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah. I probably missed it the first time. I was really fucking bored during this movie.
Because Batman's in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
And how
I
clunky is
watched
the
that,
action? He just kicks.
I don't know.
All he does is
I'm
punch.
done talking about it.
Yeah.
I watched the Lego Batman movie, which was, it was good. It wasn't it was really damn good. It wasn't as good as the first Lego movie,
No
but
way.
sorry. It was. I quite enjoyed it. It didn't pack the emotional punch, or I didn't laugh as much as I did in the original Lego movie. But aside from comparing it to that, it was a damn good time, and I love their style of animation, how it's CGI but of animated to look like stop motion and shit. And Michael Cera is just perfect as Robin.
Oh, dude, he is.
I watched another 2017 movie, one that you watched last week, All Nighter, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't that good, but I enjoyed the ride. I watched a bunch of 2017 movies because I was in Melbourne for the weekend, so I saw a bunch in theatre, and instead of going in depth with them, I might be reviewing some of them, so I'm just going to rattle them off real quick. Plus, my throat's hurting and I don't want to be talking anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I watched Berlin Syndrome. It's this Aussie thriller starring Teresa Palmer. And, it's pretty damn intense. It's like a kidnapping sort of thriller. And she was really good. Like, she showed she can mix it with the big boys when it comes to acting. It was a pretty good movie. I watched Personal Shopper, as you said, Kristen Stewart. Very, very reflective. Very, you got to think about it. I would have liked to have longer to let it sink in, but I saw another movie right after. But Kristen Stewart was amazing. And people need to stop giving her shit over Twilight because she was very good. She's a damn good actress, is what I'm trying to say.
Couldn't agree more.
I watched Colossal, a movie that I highly recommend you getting out and seeing, starring Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis. It's a monster movie. Well, kind of. I wouldn't go in expecting a monster movie because it's kind of more about the characters, but Anne Hathaway's character is like an alcoholic, and she discovers that she has this connection to this monster that's attacking South Korea, and I won't go any further than that. Oh, God, I'm dying. I watched Trainspotting 2, T2 Trainspotting, and I'm shocked that nobody's talking about this movie because it was fucking phenomenal. Danny Boyle knew exactly what to do with these characters, and it was really good seeing them back. And I watched Get Out, which was one of the best horror comedies since Shaun of the Dead. It was brilliant, and I'd like to probably maybe review that. Even though it's been out in America for ages. Australia doesn't even get it till May. We had to see it at advanced screenings because fuck Australia.
Yeah, we still don't have it. We still don't have it yet.
Yeah, I rewatched a couple of my old favorites like Tropic Thunder and Moonrise Kingdom, but I don't need to go in depth on them. I watched Ghost in the Shell. It was okay. It wasn't that good. Nah, it wasn't good. The visuals were amazing, but I didn't really give a fuck about the story at all. I watched the 2017 Netflix movie Tramps, and I quite enjoyed it. There's some stuff the characters do that made me not be able to relate to them and stuff, but it was a pretty cute romance, and the two leads were really good, and it was a good sort of journey through New York. I watched the original Guardians to prepare for Guardians 2, and finally, oh god, last night I watched Aliens for the first time. I really loved it. As Jaron has said, it's kind of stupid how the aliens go down so easily, but other than that, I loved this movie. It was so much fun. It genuinely built tension. I was genuinely on the edge of my seat and there for the ride, and the performances were amazing. And dude, I missed the days of practical effects. They were so well designed. It was beautiful. And that's it for my film swap because I'm dying.
All right.
I mean, not film swap, diary display. My brain is not turned on.
So we're gonna.
Jaron, walk us through the news. I'll chime in where I can.
To run into the news today, after the release of Fast and Furious 8, and it made a huge splash. We talked about that. It's been announced that The Rock and Jason Statham are going to get their own spin-off buddy movie for Fast and Furious, and I think that's a really good idea because Rock and Jason Statham are the two best things about Fast and Furious 8. It's a good movie. Have a review for it. Go check it out. Plug.
Those two guys knew exactly what kind of movie they were in.
They did.
Like, they full on leaned into the cheesiness, while Diesel and shit were like, no, take us seriously, man, please.
Yeah, no. It's absolutely terrific. Well, he was going for the Oscar, remember, man?
No, apparently Diesel's probably a bit of an egotistical wanker in real life.
I agree.
I don't think him and The Rock got along on set.
Oh, well, apparently that was fake, said one of the cast members, but I don't know. Might not be. We got a trailer for Kingsman: The Golden Circle, and apart from the fact that, yes, Harry Hart is back, it was a great trailer. I think the song use was terrific. Lots of action. We see Channing Tatum, who I'm calling it is going to steal the movie. He's in a cowboy hat, whipping a gun around. I love Channing Tatum so much. He's a terrific actor. So much charisma. And everyone looks good in it. Mark Strong's back. So it looks like the Kingsman service in the UK gets blown up by someone that we don't know about, probably Julianne Moore.
Because it wouldn't be a sequel with the original base or ship or whatever getting destroyed.
Of course not.
Every action sequel does it.
Everyone. And it looks like they have to go to America, and there's a Kingsman service over there, and they do things a bit different. Instead of dressing like, men, they dress like they're still stuck in the 40s in the cowboy era. You know, they wear like like sweater vests and cowboy hats and have whips and shit. And I don't know, it looks really, really fun. I'm excited as hell for it. Are you excited, Jacob?
Yes, I'm excited for the movie. I mean, the trailer was pretty damn fun. It looks insane. Like, it looks like there's going to be some pretty damn cool set pieces and shit, and it's just going to be balls to the wall. I still don't like that they're bringing back Harry, but, you know, as you said to me, Vaughn is a genius, and I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
I feel like they're marketing him so much because they know that they have something really good hidden. They know Matt Vaughn's done something well with it. All right. Yeah, so Jacob, the Golden Circle. Circle of Life. Circle of Life is what The Lion King is about. And we have found our Pumbaa and Timon. Do you like that segue, man? Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner will be Pumbaa and Timon, respectively. And it's perfect. It's perfect, isn't it?
I don't really know Billy Eichner. He played Craig in Parks and Rec.
I love him in it. He's in Bad Neighbours too, as well. But he's got the naturally like annoying high pitched voice, which is perfect because that's what Timon is. And Seth Rogen,
Seth Rogen as Pumbaa, I love that.
And
I love that.
And it's perfect as well because he's perfect because Billy.
If you listen to the show, we love Seth Rogen.
Oh yeah, we did a whole episode a couple weeks ago. And Billy Eichner is a singer. He does a lot of parody songs on Saturday Night Live and stuff. He's got a really good singing voice. And Seth Rogen just sounds like Seth Rogen. Yeah, but the thing is, Timon was always the good singer, and Pumbaa was always, when I was a young warthog. Like, he was always the shit one, and that's why it was funny, which is why I think it's great. Yeah, it's a lion, Timon. It's gonna be amazing.
I wonder if Pumbaa's gonna like smoke weed in it and
probably
pass the joint to
he's probably gonna have a bit of ganja. Yeah, they're probably gonna be a weed joke like, oh, we love eating these bugs. Oh, and they have good plants here, if you know what I mean. A bit of a nod.
I love this cast they're putting together though, man. Donald Glover as Simba is really cool.
Yeah.
And James L. Jones coming back as Mufasa.
There's only one person they can have.
They fucking have to get Jeremy Irons back
to be Scar. It has to be. It's perfect.
They have to.
Yeah, the best Disney villain voice performance of all time, in my opinion. He's terrific.
Probably. I haven't seen the movie in like 10 years.
Yeah, that's fair. So in the world of Lion King, that's what's happening. And in the world of Jurassic, Jeff Goldblum. There's our classic segues, man. Jeff Goldblum is going to appear in the Jurassic World sequel. Now, you just watched Jurassic Park, so it's pretty interesting news for you, because Jeff Goldblum, as you said, is one of the best characters in it, even though he's a side character. I think he'll probably, since they're bringing him back, he'll probably have a bigger role in this movie, and I'm really excited. I think that's what they need, you know? Jurassic World was a good spectacle with some great fights, over CGI, but, you know, a good spectacle with shit
like
characters.
The first one, ruined by the fucking kids.
Yeah, with shit character. Well, not
Except-
just the kids, man.
Except
every
Jurassic
character
World
was
didn't
shit.
have any good characters.
Yeah, exactly. It was all the characters were shit. So good spectacle, shit characters.
They
and they're
just had
bringing
Bryce
in
Dallas Howard
a
running
good
around in
character.
heels for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just exactly. So I'm really excited for that. I mean, I'm not even that excited for the movie because I don't care. If I want to watch a Jurassic movie, I'll just watch Jurassic Park again. But
I like the idea that
I didn't care.
I like the idea that J.A.B. Owner's directing. He could bring a different spin to it. Monster Calls was really good. So maybe he will try and focus on character. Maybe, please. We'll see. As long as the character they focus on are not children.
Yeah. Hopefully
Please.
I don't think they should bring the original cast back at all. They need to have new people.
Oh, I know. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care about this movie, to be honest.
Yeah. No, neither. So we've got our film swap, which is our segment now that we're moving on to that we do every week, where we give each other a movie that we've been complaining about them not watching it for a long time. We can finally make him the fuck watch it. And in the spirit of complaining, this is a movie that I never wanted to watch because I hated the trailer. I did not care for it. It looked terrible, and Jacob was like, "It's a bloody good movie, and you're going to watch it." And Jacob, I'm ready to eat my hat.
Yeah, Pride is what I gave you, and it's about these, protests. Was it Wales? It's been a while since I watched it.
Yes. Well, they're in London.
And they're like
actually
protesting. The gay. You can tell them the plot.
Yeah, so
you're the one who's
it's
reviewing it.
It's a movie about the LGBT community back in the I'm going to say 80s. In the 80s,
a decade that's not now.
I'm going to say 84.
It's true story.
Yeah, something like that. And there's a bunch of gay and lesbian activists, and they decide to raise money in the support of the families of the striking miners, because back then in the 80s there was this big 1 year period where all the miners were getting treated like shit by the cops and everyone, and they got a pay cut, and so they all decided to strike, and because of the strike they got treated even worse, and the gay people in London were like, they're getting treated exactly how we were getting treated, and that needs to stop. No one should be discriminated against, so we're going to raise money. And they try to raise money for all these different mining companies, and all of them don't want to be associated. They don't want to take the money because they're homosexual.
They don't want to be associated with those filthy butt pirates.
Exactly. That's exactly how I was going to phrase it too, butt pirates. This has got, I think, Ben Schnetzner. He was in
Big Ben Schnetzner.
he was in Captain Fantastic. Really good in that. Really great in this too.
No, that's McKay.
That's George McKay. Sorry, yeah.
Ben Schnetzner was the annoying
one,
dude in Warcraft.
Yeah. Have not seen it. Did not want to. No, and it's
right.
It's. I mean,
He was really good in this though.
Yeah, it was really great. I really enjoyed it. I care about all these characters and what they were trying to do, and it was kind of really heartbreaking because they were just trying to do the right thing, and they kept getting slapped in the face metaphorically, and and then finally a mining company who accepts their money, run by a bunch of old women who are like, "Oh yes, lesbians!" Oh, and every time they ran on the screen, they're like, "Where are my lesbians?" And they're like, hug them all. And it's basically the mining company's run by Paddy Considine, who you'd know from the Cornetto trilogy. He's one of the main six in The World's End. He's one of the in Hot Fuzz. He's one of the fucking, what are they called?
Andys.
The two Andys. Yeah, they're both named Andrew. You're good. I bet you're wondering why they call the Andes. I don't want to talk about Hot Fuzz. I'll get
They
distracted.
said you were good.
Yeah. And the union sets to embarrass them, and even though, and this one receives their support, and it's just about them raising money and then going on and becoming friends, and kind of realizing they basically changed this whole town. Everyone who had prejudices at the start were like kind of changed, and then in the end, I love the end joke where Bill. I love the end where Bill Nye. He's like he has this breakdown moment. He goes to his best friend. He's like, "I kicked them out because I'm gay," and she's like, "Yes, I know," and he's like, "Sorry, what?" And he's like, "How long have you known?" And he's like, "Since about 1964," and he's like, It's pretty. And he's like one of the meanest ones at the end. He tells him to like get out, and it's just such a heartwarming movie. I really enjoyed it. It had a few flaws, but why talk about them? Why not talk about why this is great? And I am glad you made me watch it. It's really good movie. I should have seen it.
Jaron refused to watch it in theaters.
The trailer was so bad.
Oh,
it was
no,
just
I
old
agree.
women sitting around
awful.
going, "Oh, gay," and I'm like, "What?" What?
Oh, the trailer was awful, but, I watched the movie because, I don't judge a book by its cover, Jaron.
Yeah, well, I'm famously known for judging books by their cover, Jacob, so, if you don't put effort into the cover, I'm not putting effort into your bloody book. That's how I feel about that.
But yeah, the film swap Jaron gave me was Changeling, and it's one I've been apprehensive toward watching because the trailer was just so bad.
I had never seen
and I'm just like, nah, fucking, the whole trailer's just Angelina Jolie going like, oh, I'm gonna find my son, oh, I'm gonna find my son, oh. No,
that's the whole movie too. No.
I'd never even really heard of this until Jaron recommended it to me, and so I bought the Blu-ray and watched it. I'm gonna find my son, oh, fucking cops being wankers. Yeah, it's like, oh, they put me in an insane asylum. Oh, fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, it's like it's set in the 20s, and I mean, you talked about this last week, but it's set in the 20s, and Jolie plays. It's true story. She plays Christine Collins, a woman whose son is kidnapped while she's out. Well, assumed kidnapped. Her son's fucking gone when she gets home, and so the the cops start looking for him, and like it's been 5 months after the kid's been missing. The cops bring her a kid and say, look, it's hers, but she insists that it's not her child. The kid's shorter. The kid's the kid's cock is cut.
Not her child.
The kid's circumcised. Like he's got a cut cock, and her kid did not have a cut cock. So,
but it's literally
and then she goes to the
nothing like.
She goes to the cops. She goes to the cops like, "Hey, my kid didn't have a cut cock. This kid does. What are you cops doing?"
That's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not how she talks in the movie, but I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, so the cops are like, no, cops don't want to admit they made a mistake, gave her the wrong child, because the LAPD was very corrupt back then, and nobody they will start telling her shit to try and explain it away, like fucking trauma can make kids' spines shrink. They get doctors to fucking tell her this bullshit, like, oh, maybe the kidnapper cut his cock,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the kidnapper was messed up and decided to circumcise him. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yep, and so, she's kind of stuck with this kid, and she ends up trying to, because the cops have stopped looking for her son. That's all she wants. She just wants them to continue looking for her son, but they're like, no, that is your son. And, she gets, like, attacked, thrown in an insane asylum, and the movie's about her sort of search for her son and fight against the LAPD, and it was really good. Like, it's more of a lesser-known Clint Eastwood movie, but it was fucking good, man. And
I love it.
He's just a great storyteller. Jolie was Oscar nominated for this. She was fantastic. I wish she took on more roles like this movie, like this dramatic sort of shit, because she is really fucking good when she wants to be, isn't she? And like she just fits the time period. Like she looks like she would fit in that time period. She just has that right look, and the costumes were all really good and stuff. And the ending packs an emotional punch, and even though there's a lot of stuff in there that didn't happen
artistic
in real life,
liberties.
It's mostly true to the spirit of the character and what happened.
But also, like, the thing when you find out, no spoilers here because I want you all to watch it, but when you find out where the kid is, or if he's there, or like whatever, like what actually happened, that blew me out. I was like, what? I did not see that coming at all. Like, that's pretty fucked up. Yeah, it's a messed up movie.
John Malkovich was good in it. He's like this reverend who is kind of protesting against I don't know the actor's name, but whoever played the police captain was really good, because I just wanted to punch him in the face the whole time. Jeffrey Donovan, that's the one. He was really good. Yeah, so that's Changeling. I'd give it a 4 out of 5, and I recommend checking it out if it's a Clint Eastwood one that you've missed, like I did. So that's it for the film swap. I guess it's time to talk about Guardians. You can set the stage while I drink a litre of water.
I would absolutely love to. We both saw Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going to be doing a spoiler-free talk, and then next week
No spoilers today.
Basically, next week, by the time the next podcast is released, the US will be close to getting it, and we'll do a spoiler talk. But yeah, today we're just going to be doing spoiler-free. We're going to be talking about a in-depth review of Guardians of the Galaxy. What do you know? What didn't you know? Find out right bloody here. Guardians of the Galaxy, sequel to James Gunn's 2014 movie, which blew everyone away. Basically, it became one of everyone's favourite MCU movies collectively, including one of mine, including Jacob's favourite period, I believe. And this one starts off exactly 2 months after the first one, which is why when Infinity War comes out, it's actually taking place 4 years after this, even though it comes out next year. But it takes place 2 months after the first one, basically right after they've saved, and there's lots of throwbacks to it, lots of references to it, and basically the Guardians are now like guns for hire. Like, everyone knows they saved the galaxy, and they hire them to stop giant beasts and say shit. They're like, oh, look, this girl who's good at swords and this raccoon that fires guns, they'll be able to stop this giant monster thing. So they'd kind of hire him. And,
I mean, they did save the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, yeah, we can really jack up our prices with two-time Galaxy Savers.
Two-time Galaxy Savers.
Try and do a Rocket impression again, but I really enjoyed this movie. It's a real fun ride, Jacob.
Yeah, it's come out to some bit of mixed negative press, but so it put our expectations in check a little bit. But off the bat, I really liked it. It's obviously not. It didn't capture the magic of the first one, and it's not as good as the first one, because if it was as good as the first one, it would have to be. If it was better than the first one, for it to be better than the first one, it would have to be one of the two greatest superhero movies ever made, in my opinion.
Oh,
so
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of a high bar. And you know, Guardians 1 was my favourite superhero movie until Logan came out, so to have the two best superhero movies come out in the same year is just a little too much to ask.
Yeah, we're not that lucky, Jake. We've still got quite a few
that
left.
Was just
we never know, Wonder Woman
that,
could become the best superhero
That was
movie
just
ever.
my elongated way of saying it's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, it took you 5 minutes, but we got there.
But it is good. I love the look of this movie. It's the first movie shot with the red weapon camera, this new sort of camera that's on the market, and you can kind of tell that it has a different look. It's very colourful. It doesn't look like shitty wet cement.
Like I said in my review, I think it may be the best looking MCU movie to date, actually.
I mean, colour-wise, yeah. Cinematography-wise, there might be some that hasn't beat.
Oh, yeah, but colour-wise, like colour palette, you know. It looks terrific.
Yeah. All the outfits are great. I don't know what that shirt Pratt's wearing the whole time.
Yeah,
with the
right.
Japanese or writing on it or whatever it is. But you know, I liked it.
It's yeah. I'm not going to complain. I really
they love
enjoyed it.
their
Everyone's
dark
back.
red leather.
Yeah. Everyone's. If it was in the X-Men universe, they'd all be wearing dark. They'd all be wearing black. Anyway. Yeah. So
if it was Civil War, the final battle would not take place on a place on a planet. It would take place in an intergalactic airport.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the final battle didn't take place in an airport, so that joke's rendered invalid.
The climactic battle.
No,
I
would not say the climactic battle.
Actually, nah. You're right.
But
the big battle.
So it's not a spoiler in this movie.
There's really only one big battle in this, though.
Yeah, in this movie, he meets his dad, played by Ego Living Planet. We'll talk about that later. It starts off with them trying to stop the obelisk from, you know, taking, like, just taking something that doesn't belong to him, because he's a bloody rude guy. And you see everyone, they're all a full team. It's just basically to showcase that they're a full team now, and they are guns for hire, and everyone knows they save the galaxy and shit.
And it sets up these villains, the gold people. What are they called? The sovereigns or something? The
sovereign. I think it's just
the gold people. You know, you saw the gold people in the trailer.
Yeah,
The main one's named Princess Aisha or some shit, played by Elizabeth Debicki. She was a good villain, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
But yeah, alright. I'm just going to say, with the villains, there are more villains than these gold people in the movie. They aren't the only main villain, but we're not going to talk about what other villains there are, because there are kind of kind of spoilers, but if you're looking at the trailer and like, oh, these gold people, are they really the villain? They're not really the major villain.
Yeah, they're
That's
not
what
even set up like a villain. They're not set up just to be arseholes. They're just set up to be people who kind of get cheated.
They're just another adversary that the Guardians face.
Like when the Guardians fly away in the first one and they're like, a bit of good or a bit of bad? He's like, a bit of both. Like, they really do a bit of both. Like, it's basically the whole movie they're getting chased because they kind of fuck over these people who they saved.
Rocket steals some batteries so they get chased.
Yeah, because they kind of talk down to him. And,
yeah. But yeah, you get a lot of your characters back. Like, all right, let's talk characters and, you know, how they did. Quill is obviously going to have his story develop more because we meet Ego, his father. And, I mean, Quill wasn't, like, the best in this movie. Like, I found myself not that engaged with his plight in this one as I was in the first. The first one, he was the emotional core. Like, that ending, you know, when he reads the letter from his mom, always makes me tear up a little. And, even though we are meeting his dad in this one, I just felt that I wasn't as invested with him like the main ones. I think of the core Guardians, I think Rocket was
I agree,
the best one in this. Yeah,
I think Rocket was definitely the best.
Yeah, I mean, you know, his you know, inner psyche is expanded upon more.
Yeah, he kind of has a real arc in this one too.
He had a lot of the best lines. Bradley Cooper was great.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved where they took Rocket in this movie. And yeah, Star-Lord and Gamora, pretty much, you know, same sort of story arc. Gamora was pretty underused in this, I think.
Like the
Drax
first one.
was good. Drax was... The thing is, with this sequel, the first one was such a big surprise, and since that was the first time we met them all, we're like, yeah, and now I feel like Gunn didn't really know what to do with a lot of them.
Yeah.
Drax was good. It's like
he's
I
just
feel
there
like they
for
kind of turned him into a joke
now.
machine, though. Like,
he's just there to spurt out one.
The amount of times in this movie where he just like laughs hysterically, like he did in the end of the first one. Like, I mean, yeah, it's funny, but when he's doing it like every 10 minutes, it kind of loses its value because his humor comes from how serious and literal he is.
He's not even that serious or literal. I don't think he's like that literal in this one at all, which is a shame. Like, yeah, in the first one he was really serious, and that's why he was funny. But in this one, he's just a joke machine. I feel like James Gunn...
He did have some good emotional moments, though.
Oh, I agree. One with Mantis was terrific. I think that Gunn was like, what does everyone love about the first one? I'm just going to make that tenfold. So they're like, everyone loved Drax laughing out loud, so I'm going to do 20 of that. Everyone loved, Groot, so I'm just going to have Groot dance in every single scene he's in.
I was worried that Baby Groot was going to be completely overused. That was what the marketing gave me, but I think they did him justice.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they got him right. Yeah. Like, he had a lot of great moments. There's one scene with him and Rocket and Yondu that was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
that was really good. And no, I actually enjoyed Baby Groot. He wasn't annoying like a minion.
Yeah, no, I think he was terrific, and he actually had some emotional moments too. Like, not moments where like your heart breaks, but moments when you're like, oh, like you know, it's just basically because he's so tiny and his eyes are so big. But still, it's just he was.
I like Nebula in this. Karen Gillan was good as Nebula. She had more to do.
Oh, she still kind of annoys me. I don't know.
I don't know
what it is about it.
I think in the first one, she's meant to be funny, but it didn't really work.
No, it didn't at all. She was kind of meant to be funny in this one too.
She's a better villain than the gold people.
She was just...
But you know, there's some character stuff with her and Gamora and everything. But
yeah, everyone gets a little arc in this movie.
But like, you know who was my favorite character in the movie, guys?
I can take a
fucking
guess.
Yondu. Yondu was the shit, man.
He was pretty damn solid. He was
I was more invested with him than any of the actual Guardians.
Yondu and Rocket kind of had a little side story together.
Yeah. Yondu and Rocket have a bit of a side plot.
Was terrific. It was so damn good. I was really invested in that.
Yondu was so great in this. I loved him in the first one. Michael Rooker was a lot of fun. And in the first one, just hit that scene where he fucks everybody up with his arrow thing. Like, it was so badass.
So damn good. There was another arrow scene in this one, and I felt like it was a little overdone towards the end, but it was still damn good.
No, I loved that. That was just about my favourite scene in the movie. Yeah, Yondu gets a lot of cool stuff to do. He gets some character development that personally worked for me completely. And
definitely.
Yondu was Yondu was great, man. I would love to see more of him.
Sylvester Stallone is in this movie. They're not hiding that, you know.
Yeah, he had like 2 scenes.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's not in it at all. I stayed away from all the, like, when they finally announced who was going to be, I stayed away from it. I wanted to be surprised. And he's only in it for 2 scenes, maybe about 3 minutes in total, but he was perfect for the kind of person he was playing.
Yeah.
Like, if he was in the Guardians universe in real life, this is who he would be. Like, he was perfect for it.
He wasn't a character who was crucial to the plot, but he was crucial to a certain character's development.
Exactly.
And I think he fit that role pretty well.
Yeah, and it may have been...
Who else have we got? You got Mantis, she was good. I don't know, she wasn't great, but I liked her.
I think I like Mantis more than
her powers
I liked,
were cool.
Gamora leaving the first Guardians. I was like, I didn't even buy the Gamora pop figure until this year, when I bought all the other ones as soon as I saw it, because I was just like, eh. But
I need a fucking Yondu pop figure.
Yeah, hey. But no, I watched it, and like I was like, yeah, like she brings a new, like, she's not just a fighter, you know, she brings a new dynamic to the team. And you know, all the guys, and she kind of helps them out, and she's not someone who, you know, you need to protect her at all costs. You know, she can kind of have her own back as well. She's kind of, I just really enjoyed her, and she's essential to the ego storyline, and I think she worked really well for it. And she was actually one of the best things about that storyline when it was on screen, and I feel like she was crucial to
my
it.
actual
really worked.
main issue with the movie was the ego storyline. I didn't think it was that interesting. Like, it sort of happens, they meet Ego, and you know, Star-Lord and Drax and Gamora are sort of there, and like, you know, meeting with Star-Lord's father and stuff, and you know, exploring his planet and everything, and I just thought those scenes had no life to them, and every time we cut back to Rocket and Yondu's adventures, I'd like let out a sigh of relief, like, and it does drag a lot in the middle part, but I really did like this movie, and it has, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun the whole time.
I wouldn't say that
not every
I let out a sigh of relief, but I do agree that the Rocket and Yondu storyline was way more interesting. I do think that everything on the planet just looked horrific. It was so well shot. It looked gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And I do think that Kurt Russell was perfect as Ego. You know why? Because Kurt Russell is basically Chris Pratt if he grew up in the 80s. If he was, a movie star in the 80s.
Yeah.
He played, like, in, I've seen lots of his old stuff, like Escape LA, and he's basically the Chris Pratt of the 80s. So I think he's perfect for the role. They just, once again, Marvel nailed the aging. It looks perfect.
Yeah, young Kurt Russell was pretty cool. He had a couple flashbacks there. But no, overall I really enjoyed the movie. I'm trying to think of other issues I might have had, but as I said, it was just minor stuff like that, you know. Some jokes fell flat, and you know, some of the plot elements I wasn't taken with.
Like, for Guardians,
but for the most part, I really liked it.
A lot in every scene. In this one, there was long stretches where I didn't really laugh. A lot of the jokes really didn't hit in this one. There's one...
No, what I will say...
Yeah.
This actually packed a bigger emotional punch than the first one because of the ending, which I won't spoil.
I would disagree. But I
teared up in this movie.
I would disagree. I didn't. I would have liked it more if I did, but I didn't. I was just a bit bored towards the end, but because the ending battle is kind of just generic CGI bullshit.
The ending battle wasn't great. Yeah, the ending battle. All right,
there's one joke.
It was fun. There was some good character moments in there.
Yeah.
But as for the actual battle, I won't spoil what the story is. But it was kind of just your big superhero CGI shitfest. And I was kind of disappointed with the way the ending went down. The finale in Guardians 1 with Ronan was a lot better. Because it was more character based.
Yeah, exactly. There's a joke in. I mean, this one's character based to an extent, but still, it's not that good. There's a joke in the trailer that always made me cringe, and it's like, "Do you have tape?" And he's like, "Well, if you have an atomic bomb, if anyone's have tape, it's gonna be you." And he's just like, ugh.
But it actually worked.
I was like, oh. And in the movie, they kind of extend it and add a lot to it, and it was hilarious. It was one of the best jokes in the last half. Like, it was funny as hell. With Star-Lord. And I do think that, but that's also because Rocket was kind of involved and the camera was on Rocket almost the whole time. It's just bloody hilarious. Everyone comes to play. Everyone is great as their character. Chris Pratt's perfect as Star-Lord. Dave Bautista has an emotional moment, and the man, he can act. He's He's not going to be in any dramas anytime soon, but he can act. He can act. He can act his way out of a.
No, he's great as Drax. Drax probably would have been just about my favourite in the first one.
Oh yeah, he was my favourite. He probably was too. Actually, Groot was my favourite in the first one.
And yeah, no, Pratt's always great, but I mean, I kind of miss the Star-Lord of the first movie where he's like a bit more bumbling, a bit more sort of arrogant.
Yeah, same.
In this one, he just kind of felt a little more generic.
There's a thing. The Jacob. What about that running joke? And it's like that thing between us that never made me laugh.
Oh yeah.
There's kind of a Star-Lord, and there's also one that really fails to make me laugh every single time. It made me laugh a couple times, and they just extend it so long. And there's a Ravager called Taserface, and they.
I thought that was funny.
Oh, it did. But then they'd made that joke like 30 more times. Like when it was just Rocket and Taserface
that worked
making fun
for
of
me.
it.
That was funny.
It was funny. And then at the end, he's talking. It just extends it out so much. And I was just like, oh, okay, we get it. Taserface is a dumb name. You can stop it now. But
that was funny.
No, but yeah, the best Ravager related joke was with Groot. That was terrific. I loved it.
Yeah, we won't spoil that. So yeah, that's pretty much Guardian. That's all we can really say without
Stan
going
Lee
to spoil
cameo,
territory. Because
while good, was a bit of a slap in the face to the fans a little bit, but I still really enjoyed it.
I didn't really love it.
Well, I mean, what else is he gonna do? Like, there's Stan Lee. He never does anything. It's just him doing something, which is why I'm never disappointed, because it's always just him doing something bloody wacky in it. He's either at a bar.
What was his in the first movie? I don't even remember.
In the first
I
Guardians,
just watched it last night.
he's the Class A prevert, and he's talking to that girl.
Yeah.
He's talking to that hell young chick. Yeah. What a Class A prevert.
Final thoughts on Guardians 2, because we should wrap it up. We're at 50 minutes, so God. I really enjoyed it because I still think it's upper tier MCU, and I can't wait to watch it again. It definitely has a lot of issues, like most of the MCU movies do, but Yondu was fucking great in it. I want to watch it again just for him, and it had maybe my favorite ending of any MCU movie. I don't know, I have to watch it again. I loved the ending of this movie, and that really, really elevated a lot for me. But I would give it a 4 out of 5, and I can't wait to talk spoilers about it next week.
But were you disappointed at all?
Well, you guys had all seen it before me and were already saying it wasn't as good, and there are a lot of people saying it was bad. So that kind of lowered my expectations.
If it was your favourite superhero movie of all time, and you're only giving this one a 4 out of 5, yeah, but it was before Logan, and you're only giving this one a 4, is that even not a disappointment?
I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed, but I'm not going to look on the negative side of things, because it's not like a oh, how did they fuck up this badly disappointment. It's just like it doesn't quite capture the magic, but it worked in different ways, and I still really enjoyed it. But it's definitely nowhere near the level of the first one, but I still really liked it.
Yeah, as I said in my review, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5, but I'm seeing it again tonight.
3 out of 5?
3.5 out of 5. And as that's what I gave it. And as I said, I'm seeing it again tonight, probably even a third time. I just see all these movies, I love them. And, I'm seeing it again, and it may even go up to a 4, I don't know. I think it's middle tier MCU, it's not upper for me, but it's definitely not lower. It's not with the Iron Man 2s and the Thor 2s, and which I still like as movies. They're still like a 3 out of 5, they're fine, but it's not with them, but, it's
most
MCU
movies for me get worse on rewatches, but I feel like this is one that may get better.
Possibly.
Same with the first one.
But now that I know the jokes, it might just get more boring. I don't know. But, no, I think it's, a really good movie. And so that's our thoughts. So now we're going to move into our top 5 for the week, a top 5 segment we do all the time. And this time, it's one we're doing, and it is the top 5 MCU villains. And we're including Netflix to make our list a little stronger, because villains,
so
Jacob, have been something that MCU, they're not strong at.
It's not great at.
No, they're not.
So we had to add TV to be able to stretch it to a decent 5.
Yeah, I had a good 5, but
and
now
make
it's
it
a great
more interesting
5 with my TV picks. Yeah,
they've had a few good villains, very few great ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 continues that trend.
Yeah, it's pretty standard, generic villain. Yeah. So Jacob, do you want to start off?
yeah, I haven't seen Iron Fist or Luke Cage, so they're ruled out for the shows for me, but I've seen everything else, so I got 3. Also, it hurts to talk, so I'm not going to go very in-depth with my picks, but I'll give them to you. So my honourable mentions, I got Ronan from the first Guardians. I liked him more than most people. He wasn't great, but he was memorable to me, and menacing enough. I liked him. Ultron, he was, had a lot of quips, but he was pretty damn good, and interesting how he was created by Tony Stark. And last honourable mention is Red Skull. Hugo Weaving was great. I really loved him in the first Captain America movie, which is an underrated fucking movie, man.
Oh yeah, one of the most underrated in the MCU.
Yeah, Red Skull was a pretty solid villain, and I would like to see him back.
Oh, I agree, because he just kind of got banned. He didn't really. Well, we don't know if he died or got banished. We don't know, so it would be interesting to see if he came back.
My number 5 is actually a recent one, and it's Helmut Zemo.
All right, let's talk about this. He's my number 5.
He's your number 5?
Yep.
Nice, yeah. Big Helmut Zemo. He's a good villain because, one, he's just a guy. He's not some big, oh, I'm gonna destroy the world, and that's what I like. It was Civil War's a big scale blockbuster, but the villain's motivations were kind of small scale. He just wanted to turn the Avengers against each other because they were responsible for the death of his family.
Was a
it's
small
not like
scale movie. They weren't stopping the end of the world. They were fighting each other.
It's not like, oh, I'm gonna fucking destroy the world because reasons, Like he had clear motivations. And he was just a guy trying to get revenge, but a very smart guy.
MCU movies, so if
he put a plan into action,
which I guarantee you have. Unlucky.
And no, he was great because he actually succeeded, and you can never go wrong with Daniel Brühl.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, is there any other is there any other reason to want to kill the Avengers other than the Avengers killed your wife and daughter? I don't think so. They crushed his wife and daughter in the battle at Sokovia.
I mean, that's why Drax wants to kill Thanos. Exactly. It's just reversed.
And it's it is and yeah, he's just so smart. And he even says, stronger men than me have tried and failed to stop the Avengers. I'm not going to fight them physically, but he also has training, so he's really smart. He uses smarts, and he destroys them. And yeah, at the end when Martin Freeman's like, and you just ended up being locked up and your plan didn't even work, how do you feel? And he's like, didn't it? And then you look back and the Avengers are split. Like right now people say that there was no stakes in that movie, but the Avengers are split. Tony and Captain America, yeah, Cap left him a note, but Tony still hates him and wants Bucky dead. They're criminals. They're not allowed to be superheroes. He split them up bad.
He did them the dirty.
He did. And yeah, that's Zemo. So I'll just do my honourable mentions and you can go your number 4. My honourable mentions really quickly were Cottonmouth from Luke Cage. He's a really great villain. I'm not going to spoil what happens to him because, Jacob, you need to watch it. Obadiah Stane, I think he's really underrated. He's the Ironmonger in Iron Man 1, played by Jeff Bridges. I think he's really, really great. They just kind of replicated him in the second one and just chucked a different name on him. But Alexander Pierce, I think, is a great underrated villain from Winter Soldier. Yeah. Speaking of Winter Soldier, a Winter Soldier is an honourable mention. He's only an honourable mention for me because he was my number 4, but he got pushed out because if he didn't turn into a hero, kind of, he'd be way higher. But I love him so much. He's like he might be my favourite character on the list. Oh, close to anyway. He might be one of my close to favourite characters on the list, but he's only a villain for like 3/4 of that film. But even as a villain, in 3/4 of a film, he's so goddamn good, and he's such a physical presence. He beats up Captain America. He's so smart as well, and he's just a guy who's been brainwashed. He's been tortured all his life, and used as an experiment, and it's kind of sad. And yeah, Red Skull, as you said, and I really enjoy the Hulk fight with the Abomination.
Jared, these are my honourable mentions. Proceeds to talk about Winter Soldier for 5 minutes.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, yeah. All right, so you're number 4.
Yeah, my number 4 is actually Loki. He's often regarded as the best, and he is pretty much one of the best in movie-wise. He's probably better in the Avengers than he is in Thor. He's not really in Thor that much, because how shit was the villain in Thor? It's just a fucking rope a suit of armor with no one in it.
That wasn't the villain. I mean, it was a good like. It's just a robot that does what you control him. It was Loki controlling.
Fuck that
robot.
thing.
I liked it. I think it's cool.
No, but Loki's the man. He's charming, and he has that, you know, emotional connection with Thor because, you know, they're brothers. And he was even great in the movie that had Marvel's shittest villain, Thor 2.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, you know, you got and the Avengers might just be one of the best showings by a villain in an MCU movie.
Yeah.
He was great in that, all his mind control shit. Loki, I can't wait to see what that cheeky little bugger does next.
I agree with you. My number 4 is my first TV villain, and this will be the Purple Man, Kilgrave. I absolutely loved him. He worked perfect as a small stakes Jessica Jones villain. You know, he's just a guy who has these powers because I think something happened to him as a kid. I can't really remember. It's been a year or two since I watched it. And he has these powers, and you know, he's a tortured man. He doesn't just want to. He just so basically, if you get near him, he has pheromones that make you do whatever he says, and you're willing to do it. Like, you literally want to do it. If he tells you to put a bullet in your head, you'll physically try and put a bullet in your head, like you want to. And and he does that, but he's also tortured by it. They explain, like, he wants someone to like him for him, not just because he tells them to. Like, he really tries not to use it, and he just can't do it. And there's a lot of it's probably the darkest MCU property. It goes into like lots of statutory rape and stuff. Like, if he makes someone be his girlfriend and has sex with her, is that rape? Like, a lot of stuff like that. It's pretty.
I mean, it wouldn't be an MCU property without statutory rape.
Oh, of course not. Like, it's directed by Michael Bay. No,
but it's not statutory rape. It's rape.
Oh yeah, it's rape. I was just saying statutory because is it? But yeah, it is. It really is.
No, statutory rape
young
is
girl.
if you just have sex with a person who's underage.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying statutory to try and shut up.
Sounds smart.
Yeah. Well, no, I know what it is. It's just to try and soften the blow because, like, is it really rape? But I mean, it is. And it's probably
he mind controls people into having sex with him.
Yeah, but he doesn't see it as that. He's like, well, no, it's not. Yeah, and she's like, yes, it is. And he's like, well,
yeah. So if I go and kill someone and then go, hey, judge, I didn't really see it as murder. Can I be let free? You know, I just thought I was, you know, giving him a nap.
You know what? I'm not on this podcast to be made fun of, and I'm not going to stand by it. So I'm just
next week we discuss laws.
yeah. Next week Jacob will be arrested. Oh, actually, I probably will. Anyway,
I'm going to go out and kill someone as a social experiment.
He's played so goddamn well, man. He gives such a solid performance as one of the MCU's best villains.
Jessica!
Obviously, the Netflix villains have more screen time to grow into villains, which is why they're better. But I mean, still, Kilgrave is awesome. All right, Jacob, your number 4.
My number 3. Don't you mean?
Yep.
Fucking dickhead. My number 3 is the Winter Soldier. I had him below Loki until the last second, but just thinking about it, him in the Winter Soldier when he's the villain. You don't get much better than that.
God
like,
damn,
he was scary, he was dark, he had the mask on.
I know
which is
he's
like,
a good guy now, and when I watch him in Winter Soldier, he still scares me when he, when Sam Jackson's SUV is going 100 miles an hour, and he just stands right in front of it, and you're like, holy shit. And he has the mask on, and he just shoots that thing under the car, and it explodes it over the top of him. Like, fuck, man.
I'd argue that movie has the best action scenes out of any movie in the MCU, like the best combat scenes and shit. The Winter Soldier was a complete badass, and yeah, let's move past character and stuff like that. He was just a badass in battle. He could fucking brawl, you know. Metal arm's really cool.
They tried like 30 shots to do that thing where he's doing the hand-to-hand one shot with Cap, and he like throws his knife, then throws 2 fists and catches it upside down. Like, that was a real stunt by him, and he had to practice that for ages. He's such a badass.
And then when Cap learns he's Bucky, that adds a whole new layer to it. And the fact that he's kind of just being controlled by Pierce and, you know, all those Hydra fucks. And, you know, Hydra in general in that movie turned out, S.H.I.E.L.D. is, you know, actually run by Hydra. It was pretty, pretty mind-blowing when it first came out.
Literally, that is, like, people dismiss it. That's a big, like, mind fuck. Like, a big twist.
And he was a great villain. So, Jaren, you're number 3?
My number 3 is one you had in your honorable mentions, and this is Ultron. I'm a big defender of Ultron. I think he is a very underrated villain because people are like, oh, you know, he's really personality, he just throws
Quips.
a cry. But the thing is, he's a newborn, you know, and the first thing he does as a newborn is they explain it, he's scared, he kills Jarvis seemingly, and just kind of downloads all the information he can because he's terrified of this crazy world where he's just a system and everyone has physical bodies. And you know, he becomes this big badass metallic robot, and you know, it's kind of like there are things wrong with him, obviously, but I still really enjoy him. He's voiced perfectly by James Spader, and his quips are good, but he's also still really menacing. Like
Jaren,
yeah,
clearly you've never made an omelette.
hey, but well, because he's made by Tony Stark, he's gonna have his personality like.
I know I'm not making fun of the
Yeah.
quips. I liked him too.
Oh yeah, but no, I
He's a
freaking
good
loved him,
villain.
and he's huge. And like when he's got Black Widow captive, and she's like you'll never whatever, and he's like, well, you've never heard the phrase, what doesn't kill me? And then he comes up from behind himself and crushes his head in one hand. He's like, simply makes me stronger, and he's just fucking mountain. It's terrifying, and he's huge, and at the end he like has a cycle. Like one of the best scenes in all of the MCU is when he's talking to Vision at the end.
Oi, what if he said what doesn't kill me makes me stranger, then he turns into the Joker.
Holy shit!
That would've made him the
been
best
amazing.
villain.
But at the end when he's like you were incredibly naive, and he's like talking to and they have a big like
and
metaphorical
Vision just vaporizes
discussion
him.
and
Well,
and he's
I was
terrified.
born yesterday.
Yeah, he's a terrified villain, and he's so good. He's menacing. He's funny. He has personality, and he's scary. Like usually, you only get one or the other, but he's both. I really, really love him, and I think the movie's.
Well, with the
underrated.
MCU, you usually get neither.
yeah, you're not wrong. All right, you're number 2, Jacob.
My number 2 is one you already talked about, so I'll go brief. It's Kilgrave. Dude, having a whole series to fucking develop your villain helps because you understand this guy, but you don't sympathize with him because he's pure evil.
Oh yeah.
The shit he does in this movie, the series is all about control and how he controls people and stuff, and Jessica having broken free of his control, and she wants to, you know, stop anyone else from having to fucking go through that. He's just a great villain, and David Tennant was amazing performance, like leagues above, you know, most of the other shit we've seen in the movies. He was, very, like, pure evil.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
I'm just about out of steam.
My number 2 is one you talked about, Loki, and which means I think we might have the same number 1. But Loki, as you said, I don't see, like, he's a villain. Obviously, he's a fucked up dude. But also, he's a character, which is why I like him. Like, he really feels like a character. Like, in the first one, he's a bad guy. He banishes Thor. You know, he almost gets his father killed. He lets the Frost Giants into Asgard because he just wants to be his dad's favorite. He wants to be the hero in his eyes, and he's a tortured person who grew up. And when he finds out he's a Frost Giant, and he yells at his dad, and he's like, you've just been raising me like a pig to slaughter because you knew you would never want a Frost Giant on the throne. I was never going to be on the throne. It's kind of heartbreaking. And then he just lets all that anger out in the Avengers, where he comes back. And that is probably the best showing of a villain in the MCU, in one MCU film. He's just terrific as this big bad evil who almost kills Sam Jackson at the start. He destroys S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters at the start because, you know, you can't be a team-up movie without having your headquarters destroyed. And he bloody flies around, and he catches one of Hawkeye's arrows, but Hawkeye's still too smart for him. It's a bloody explodey arrow, mate, and he's just so goddamn good. He goes toe to toe with Thor. And I love him in The Dark World too, especially when he turns into Captain America. Even though that's an average movie, he's really good in it. All right, Jacob, our number 1s. What's yours?
All right, let's wrap it up. I'm gonna piss my pants in a minute. Okay, Wilson Fisk.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming we both have Wilson Fisk
the
as number
Kingpin.
1. Adding the TV in, kind of. This is a movie podcast. This is one of the rare occasions we're dipping into TV discussion. But if we're talking MCU, doesn't get better than Fisk. He is the shit, dude. He's such a good villain that when he showed up again in season 2, we were
like,
cheering.
Yes, like seriously, because
we're like, yes, this evil man is back to make things hard for Daredevil.
Like we did not know he was going to be in. They hit it from the marketing, which was perfect. And then it goes to Punisher being in jail, and like I remember being next to you, and I'm like, holy shit, do you know who else is in jail? And I looked at you, and you're like, no. And then literally right as we said that, Punisher looks up and Kingpin's sitting there. He's been in jail a year and he already has everyone wrapped around his finger. And he's sitting there looking at him all fucking huge. And we're like, oh my god! No! Like it blew our minds. It was amazing. And he's such, like the thing, he's really, really smart and, you know, and cunning and he's a bad bloke. Like he decapitated a guy with a car door. And he's also
because he embarrassed him in front of a girl he liked.
Yeah, exactly. Like all he said was, he rushed in and said, we need to talk. That's it. And he's also, like, as we said, like some of the best villains are ones we can see. You know, he is tortured and he's a physical presence. He beats up Daredevil almost. Like, remember when he's in the season 2 when he's in the room next to next to Matt Murdock, and he realizes Matt Murdock might be Daredevil, and he goes to he wants to test it out, so he throws a little punch at Matt. Matt catches it, and then he's like, and then he grabs his head and starts slamming it against the freaking room and throws him across the room even while he's handcuffed. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's very, very strong. Vincent D'Onofrio gave an excellent performance.
Yeah.
He throws a lot of tantrums, which is always fun.
He's a big baby, basically, a big bold baby. He is,
and doesn't he act like he doesn't know how to speak Japanese?
Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
like, you know, it is the smart man who acts the fool.
Yeah, and so he can
And
listen to him talking about him. Yeah, and
so yeah, I think that's about it. I gotta go, man.
Could not agree more. So that is the podcast for this week. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, follow us on a Twitter or a singular Twitter. We have
Children of Film.
Yep, you said it, mate. And yeah, so that is the podcast for this week. Next week we'll do spoiler talk probably, as well as whatever happens next week. We'll bloody make it up as we go along, mate. And thanks for tuning in to this episode.
If I'm feeling better in the next few days, I'll do some reviews for some of the new releases I've been seeing. But yeah, all
right, so
that's Jaron and Jacob signing off. Suck our cocks.
Jeez.
Subscribe, all that usual shit. Thanks for the support as always.
Thanks for watching San Diego Anchorman.
I love film. Jaron loves children.
Oh, you wanker.
You've just listened to the Children of Film podcast.
Man, it sucks to be you.